So I'm going to jab Stu, and he's just going to tick-tock from side to side just to do his best. He can duck down as well. He can double up, slip into one side or the other. I'm just working the jab. Oh, Stu! Come on, I can hit you. He's not only moving his head, he can parry. Sorry, that was cross. He can slip, he can cover. Okay, and I'm breaking my rhythm as well. So I'm not just giving him rhythmical jabs and making him work a little bit, but it's not fast. Not only is this hand fighting, but he's covering my eyes. He's shoving my head to the side. He can scoop on arms. Just try and mess with your partner's balance and their structure a little bit. Off you go. So we're doing jabs, crosses, hooks. We can go to the body as well with the hooks. He can cover those. And he can move a little bit if he needs, but make sure he stays sideways on. Nice. Off you go. So when I exit, when I'm kind of off bouncing a little bit, so that I'm back and then I'm in here. So I can move forward if I need to. Have a little rest, smother him a bit, control his arm, off bouncing, go back. Then I can go left, I can go right, etc. Right? No one guard will keep you safe all the time. The skill is the ability to blend the guards and not get hit during the transitions. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's make it easy so everyone kind of over this side so you can all see. Jump over this side, jump over this side, jump over this side. Okay, so thanks very much for coming along today, giving up your Sunday afternoon to do some pads. We're going to start with some work on stance and guard, and then obviously progress to the pad work. I find if I do 3 hours pad work, most of you are dead within an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then you don't enjoy the last hour. So we'll kind of do some glove drills to get warm, and then we'll move into the pad work in the second half. Make sense? Yeah. Cool. So you haven't got gum shields in, so go light. Do not punch each other in the face hard. If you've got a bad neck, be careful. Please, Stu, can I borrow you? So we're going to look at like 4 variations of guards, starting with the longest, getting into the closest. So the first guard, which you're probably all familiar with, like gloves, like sofas. It's your long guard, okay? So long guard is lead hand is out, chin is down, rear hand is back, usually controlling the centre line, and your hands are open and splayed. So that when Stu gives me a jab, I can catch it, gives me a jab, I can catch it, gives me a jab, gives me the cross, I can block it, gives me the cross, I can catch it, gives me the cross, I can parry it. And my hands kind of stay here. They don't reach out too wide. They try not to cross over, they're just kind of dealing with what's happening. So it doesn't matter really what straight punches Stu throws, I just catch it as best as I can. Hey guys, you sit your gloves on. So starting with jabs and crosses only, one partner's going to punch, I'm just going to use the long guard. The key is chin into that shoulder, because the gap obviously is if he comes over the top of his arm and cracks me, bang, there. So I need to keep this chin down, just in case that does happen. I've got stuff in the way and my jaw is protected. So Stu's going to go nice and light because we're warming up, gives me jabs. Gives me crosses, and I'm just going to do my best using the long guard just to defend. No footwork, just warming up, basic defense. Off you go with your partner, please. Okay, lovely. Okay, great. So, obviously, this is great against straight punches because there's stuff in the way. When he jabs me, there's stuff in the way. When there's cross me, there's stuff in the way. The problem is what? Hooks, yeah. So, you've got to stay, so it doesn't matter, straight or hooks, you've got to stay composed in here and just do the bare minimum with your hands again. You can bob and weave, etc., but I just want you to try and keep this structure and just block as much as you can. Try not to overreach, so I'm not going too far. I'm keeping it as little as possible and just protecting my head and then going back. So it's really small defense. Just go nice and slow like that. What else is the problem? For boxing here. For boxing, body shot. So when Stu goes to the body, all I'm going to do is I'm going to move backwards a little bit and then come back in. Okay, so he's going straight and hooks, and I'm just staying composed. Now, if he throws enough punches at me, eventually he's going to get through. So don't worry if occasionally you screw it up and you get hit. That's boxing, right? But it's about minimizing and preventing the shots that are really going to damage you. Off you go. So straights and hooks, long guard, chin down, arms up. Try not to cross block. So if Stu's throwing a left hook, I generally don't want to try and reach across because obviously that exposes the other side of my head and crosses my arms and makes me confused. So if he's throwing his left hook, my right hand's going to go to it. If he's throwing his right hook, my left hand's going to go for it. My shoulders are up, my chin is down, and my hands are open in my gloves so I make as big a surface area as possible. Go back straight. So he's punching, and then he starts throwing in the hooks. The hand that's closest to it goes. In general, you don't really want to cross block. You can do, but it's not ideal. Off you go. So the hand that's closest to the hook blocks or covers. Some of you, that feels really awkward. Some people don't like the long guard. It's usually favoured by people who are taller against people who are shorter who just want to keep on the end of their punches. Short people tend to prefer more of like a peekaboo guard or a half guard. But you need to mix these different guards in. So what Paul's going to do is I'm going to be punching you, Paul, you're going to be doing those defences. He's going to try and now prevent a lot of the punches getting started by stuffing or hand fighting. So say, for example, if Paul's going to punch me, if I'm stuffing his hands, it's hard for him to get his hands going if I'm interfering with what he's doing and messing with his timing a little bit. Okay, so I'm just stuffing and interfering, making it difficult for him, putting traffic, what they call traffic, in the way, because he wants to go down this lane with a jab cross. Boom, boom. So I put stuff in the way. Now he's got to work around, that gives me more time, work around it, and opportunity to counter, right? So I'm going to be hand fighting, touching, pinning, shoving, moving forwards and backwards, just making it harder for him. Okay, off you go. No hitting in like disruptions without hitting. So this is all Stu working defense. I'm going to hit you. So a couple of things he can do. If he can get his hands covering my eyes, that's a good thing because it makes it harder for me to obviously follow up. So he just covers my eyes, then takes his hands off my eyes, covers as best as he can. Sometimes you can push or scoop on my head, so frame and push with your balance on my head. So that works as well. Yep. Sometimes he can push on my hands to knock me off balance. So I'm off balance for a split second, then I come back in. So he's disrupting. Not only is this hand fighting, but he's covering my eyes. He's shoving my head to the side. He can scoop on arms. Just try and mess with your partner's balance and their structure a little bit. Off you go. Cover their head, cover their eyes, push their head. Mess with their structure. Okay, put your hands up if you like that guard. Just me. Okay, yeah. Usually it's taller people who like that type of guard rather than shorter people. So that's long guard. The second one is peekaboo. You know peekaboo? Peekaboo is double pillars, usually on your cheekbones. You usually lower your weight a little bit more because you're more likely to get knocked off balance like that. So your weight's usually low. And then there's a side-to-side sort of metronome movement. If you're going strictly peekaboo, your hands would actually be touching your face, a la Mike Tyson leaping in with his hooks. So I'm going to jab Stu, and he's just going to tick-tock from side to side just to do his best. He can duck down as well. He can double up, slip into one side or the other. I'm just working the jab. Oh, Stu! Come on, I can hit you. That's perfect. But my hand is open with my glove, so I'm not tightening and trying to hurt him. I'm just trying to tap him on the forehead. And Stu's moving his head. Try and keep your hands with your head as you slip. Don't drop your hands down because that creates space. If he drops his hand down as he slips, that's space for that shot, right? So for pure peekaboo, his hands stay up on his head until he's ready to fire. Ready, off you go! So, great head movement. One of the keys of head movement is to, as much as possible, make sure your head is over your lead knee. So when Stu jabs me, stop, I can go under, I can go to the left, I can go to the right, and most importantly, when he jabs me, I can go back and then counter. If my weight is on the back heel, and he jabs me, I can go down, I can go left, I can go right, but if he catches me here on my back, I'm going to get knocked backwards and down. So ideally try and keep your head kind of forward over your lead knee when you're doing that type of peekaboo guard. I'm going to do the same punches to Stu. He's going to add in hand defense now. So he's not only moving his head, he can parry. Sorry, that was a cross. He can slip, he can cover. Okay, so, and I'm breaking my rhythm as well. So I'm not just giving him rhythmical jabs, making him work a little bit, but it's not fast. So add in hand defense as well, covers and parries against the jab. Go! Along with good head movement, like Stu. You want to be closing. So I'm going to be jabbing Stu. Stu's job is to get his head on my chest. Forehead on my chest. So out, and he's in. Okay, and then he moves back out. Try not to move back out in a straight line. That's a bad habit, isn't it? Because of drilling, he gets in, right? Moves straight back out in a straight line. So try and exit to the left or the right. So. And okay. I'm jabbing. Stu's moving his head. He's trying to close, get his head on my forehead, and step off. I'll pivot up, and then we'll go again. Nice. You can pivot up the other way. Go again. Just the jab for the moment. I am aiming for him though, so he does have to move his head. Lovely. And the whole goal, forehead on the chest for inside work. Off you go. Make sure it's your forehead on the chest, not the top of your head. If you put the top of your head on someone's chest, it's easy for them to redirect your head because your posture is gone. So you're actually trying to look through their sternum. but your head is straight. So as Stu moves in, he gets it here. It's harder for me now to move his head. Then he pivots off, and we're back on. Okay, off you go. Don't look at the floor. Look through their heart. Look straight through their sternum. Who likes that guard? None of you. Peekaboo guard. Peekaboo guard. So we've done long guard, we've done peekaboo guard, now we'll do half guard. Stuart's in half guard. Half guard is, you have to be fully sideways on to make half guard work. It doesn't work if you're square on. So his lead arm is across his body, his rear hand is up, either catching or covering against the hook. We'll start with straights first. So I'm going to jab him in the face. He can use his shoulder, lead shoulder to deflect. He can catch with his rear hand. He can slip. He can slip the other side as well. He can duck. He can lay back, pull back. Yeah, he's got lots of choices, all catching just the glove there. I'm going to jab him. He's just going to use those structures. If I try and square off on him, look, now this guard doesn't work because both sides of his head, his body's open, he's off balance. So if I do try and pivot, he needs to pivot as well. So he's back to being fully edge on. Like your feet were in a straight line. Not great against kicks, obviously, but we're working boxing for the moment. So, lead arm is across the body. If I jab him in the body, he can use his elbow to cover it. He uses his forearm to cover it. Okay? Just a jab. Off you go. I can throw jab or cross. They go to the same point, so there's no difference in the defense. Use the shoulder, use the hand, lean backwards. They're fine. The hook is the problem, obviously. So his hand needs to move around his beard if he has a beard. So it starts in front against the straight. If I turn it into a hook, he'll turn it and put it on the side of his head as he needs. Sometimes if I throw an overhand, he might bring it across to the opposite side of his head as well. So the hand will move around, but it won't reach out far. So it's got to stay fairly close. So we're doing jabs, crosses, hooks. We can go to the body as well with the hooks. He can cover those. And he can move a little bit if he needs, but make sure he stays sideways on. Nice. Off you go. Nice and light. So we covered 3 basic guards. Long, peekaboo, half guard. The key is to mix them up, because if you just do a long guard, eventually your partner works out that they can punch your body perhaps, they can trap your hands, they can kick you in the ribs, right? So you get worked out. If you just do a peekaboo guard, they can work that they can fight you with a long guard and pop you with a jab and move. So as you try and get in, you get hit a lot, even though you're trying to move your head using footwork. If you just work on a half guard, if they're kicking your legs, you get swept immediately. So kick the leg, whoop, that will sweep you down. Overhands are a problem. You can fake to the body with the jab maybe, so I protect them and the overhands come. So no one guard will keep you safe all the time. The skill is the ability to blend the guards and not get hit during the transition. Does that make sense? Yes. I'm going to punch you. You're going to mix them up. So you could go from long to peekaboo to half guard. When do you change between them?
Depends how close you are.
When you don't get hit. If you don't get hit, hooray! If you do get hit, that's the wrong time to change. There's no like rule. You just change when it feels appropriate for you. If you don't get hit, it's great. So just working the jab, for example, he's just going to work his different guards as and when he sees fit. Nice. Check the rear hand as well. Yep. Did you do that? Okay. Okay, so he's just mixing. And if he doesn't get hit, it worked. If he does get hit, maybe the timing will. So now we're going to add in the crosses, the hooks, and the overhands, but keep it nice and slow. Same thing, you're going to transition between the guards based on what feels appropriate. Don't always move backwards. If I'm constantly moving backwards, even though I can be defending and constantly, he just gets more and more confident, more aggressive. Eventually you run into someone or fall out of the fire escape, whichever one. So don't forget that sometimes you can move in, you can clinch if you need a little breather, get rid of them, make sure they're off balance and you get rid of them. Don't exit without off balancing because they're just going to be punching. So when I exit, I want to kind of off balance him a little bit so that I'm back and then I'm in here. So I can move forward if I need to, have a little rest, smother him a bit, control his arm, off balance him, go back. Then I can go left, I can go right, etc. Right? Off you go. Jabs, crosses, hooks, uppercuts, overhand. The whole thing, but not fast. Warming up. Lovely head movement. So, that's the basics of defense for boxing. There are other things you need to do for kickboxing, MMA, Muay Thai, but just looking at basic defending against the punches. Those 3 structures tend to work well for most people. You'll have one that you really like, one that is okay, and one that you hate. But you should still practice the one that you hate because you may need it in emergency situations. Like it's just where you are. For example, if Stu's here, say I like the long guard, but my hand's down, if I was across, then you have to use the shoulder roll. I don't have time to retrain. So if I'm out of position, sometimes I have to use a guard I'm not comfortable with, but then I can go straight back to the guard that I prefer. Make sense? Yes. Okay, so you're nice and sweaty now. Everyone warmed up? Yes. Let's warm up. So. Grab a drink of water, one partner with pads, one partner with gloves, please. Time to hit pads.